I will khai.
Okay, guys, nice to meet you today. Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Let me check. Elton,
Hello.
are you here? Berman?
Hello,
Zing?
Chris. Nice to meet you.
Yay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Garing. Yeah, Garing. Are you here? Okay. So, the visitors can hear my song. Is that okay? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's good.
You can answer me on the chat box. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Okay.
Hi, hello. Yeah,
It's
you can
your
hand it back to
turn.
me now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we count for 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's begin our webinar. Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for attending our webinar today. My name is Chopping and I'm your host today. IECIE SIG Expo will debut in Jakarta, Indonesia, and on 20 to 22 October 2022. To help secure the success of e-cigarette enterprise in the Southeast market and promote the stable development of the industrial chain, IECIE has specially planned the Southeast Asia section of the IECIE Global Online Webinar and invited heavyweight speakers, including representatives of Indonesian and Malaysian vape associations, distributors, local shopkeepers, to directly attack the difficulties of enterprises going overseas, as well as the latest market trend and industrial insights. For today's webinar, we will have Ms. Jill Guo, the Marketing Director of IECIE. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Shopping. Hi, welcome the guys. Thank you.
And Mr. Garindra Katasasmita, the Secretary General of Asosiasi Personal Vaporizer Indonesia.
Hello.
Hello, Garindra. Mr. Zain Artru, the Secretary General of Malaysia E-Vaporizer and Tobacco Alternatives Association.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Mr. Batman, Bruta Vape Shop owner.
Hello, everyone.
And Alton O, the founder of Vape News Malaysia.
Hello, everybody. How are you all?
Lastly, we have Mr. Robbie Williams, the Sales Director of DS Vaping. Hello, Robbie.
Oh.
Is Robbie here?
There's Robbie.
Okay, I think he's having some internet connection today, but he will join us later for the interview. So let's continue. So you can expect each speaker to have the floor for about 15 minutes, and we'll conduct a short Q&A at the end of the webinar. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the Q&A box here. We will address them during the Q&A section. By the end of our time today, we hope you feel more comfortable and confident about e-cigarette industry in Southeast Asia. Now, please welcome Ms. Zhu Guo from IECIE to introduce IECIE web shows to us now. Hi, Zhu, your turn.
Oh, hi. Okay, let me share my screen first. It's okay? Well, hi everyone. Very nice to meet you guys today. And as the first panelist of this webinar, I would like to be the beginning of this conversation with IECIE web show. So we can use this time to waiting audience to join us. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jill, the marketing director of IECIE. And for this presentation, I will quickly go through two sections of IECIE web show. The first section, I would like to tell you something about the background to get familiar with us. As the member of Informal Markets, IECIE started at 2015 in Shenzhen and become the professional exhibition platform with global influence in vaping industry. Here, I will show you some. Since 2015, we have held 10 large expos and in Shenzhen and Shanghai with nearly 300,000 square meters and attract a lot of brands and visitors for us. Well, this graph gives you some breakdown of IECIE history, and we can see that we start from a tiny web show from 2015, and we become the biggest vape expo in the world, and it takes we have grew up 9 times before, and you see it takes 8 years. And with the impact of the COVID-19, especially in 2020 and 2021, we still have achieved a huge impossible growth. So you can just trust IECIE absolutely, whoever you are, the visitors or the exhibitors, and I think you will get want from IECIE. And due to the restrictions of vaping management of in China and the demand of overseas exploration for our exhibitors, so we decide to start a new chapter. Here is the upcoming events, and IECIE will launch in Jakarta, Indonesia at October 20 to 21, and well, in next year we will be in Las Vegas in USA. So for this today's webinar topic, markets, I will focus on the debut of IECIE, the first web show in Jakarta. Indonesia is the perfect right place, I think, with the friendly places, natural market environment, and the gathering effect of the neighboring countries. So I think the next speaker gathering who is professional in with market situations, and he will share you some proof that why we choose the Indonesia. Well, although IECIE is performed with China, you may have a question. Can we do as well as before in other countries? So I will give you some 3 key factors to achieve a successful overseas expos. Firstly, we have the reliable support from informal markets and the great amount of visitor and exhibitors database with a long-term global marketing strategies. Informa is a leading international events, digital service, and academic knowledge group with over 10,000 colleagues working in more than 30 countries. Of course, it includes IECIE. Here, I will show you the examples of examples of Informa groups back in Indonesia. We have 26 event projects in local. Supported by the international resource of Informa Group, IECIE has a worldwide office and operation team, as well as the reliable local support. Secondly, within the past 7-year accumulation, IECIE has a great brand influence and a large number of target customers resource. Here, this graph show you the top 10 overseas countries of IECIE visitors. You can see there this graph is similar with the distributions of global web market share, except the USA. And we do have a lot of buyers database from Southeast Asia. Third, IECIE is willing to pay much money and effort on global marketing. We are continue to carry out the overseas invitations based on the more than 40,000 professional buyers database and using online and offline advertisement and ground promotions, also as the overseas media corporations. Here is a quotation of our IECIE web shows. If you are interested and want to promote in Southeast Asia, please do not be hesitant to join IECIE. Well, IECIE helps to bring more Chinese and brand and manufacturers to go about, but there are something troubles with the visa and the round trip flight in this special time under COVID-19. So we provide a complex service and package for our Chinese exhibitors and professional visitors. We can provide the round trip flight ticket booking, hotel reservation, and visa service. So you don't need to worry about the trip. And we provide the business field trip with a local guide and to help you get close with the local customers. And third, we can provide booth building service for the open space for someone who needs help. If you want to know more information about IECIE, please follow this social medias and contact with us. And at the end of my presentation, and don't miss IECIE in Jakarta at October 20 to 22. And thank you for your time. If you have any questions, just ask in Q&A box and I will answer it. Okay, Chopping, it's your turn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jill. For those of you who may have questions, please type them into the Q&A box so that we can address them in the Q&A section. What we have next is Mr. Garinda Kartasasmita, the Secretary General of IECIE Personal Vaporizer Indonesia, and he's going to talk about the local e-cig market trend and government policies in Indonesia. Hello, Mr. Garinda.
Yes, I'll start. I'll share my screen, but please wait. Okay. Okay. First of all, please let me introduce my association. Asosiasi Personal Vaporizer Indonesia, or PVI in Bahasa Indonesia Personal Vaporizer Association in English, was initiated in 2013 and established in 2015 by a group of people who are doing e-cigarette business in Indonesia. The main objective is to create society where we can discuss about the trends, business prospects, and business opportunity, also as an intermediary between the government and business actors. In 2017, APVI has held its election, which appointed Mr. Aryo Adrianto as the third chairman of APVI. Aryo's main mission is to fight for the legalization of e-cigarette. He sees this industry as the industry of the future. After APVI management is formed, we immediately started the necessary lobbying to several ministries. And by the 2018, our mission was successful through the Ministry of Finance. And currently, the Ministry of Industry also providing full support, especially to local industries. Today, APVI already have more than 1,000 members, almost 1,100 members all around Indonesia. This includes retailers, distributors, importers, brand owners, and e-liquid manufacturers, also device manufacturers. At the end of 2021, Indonesia is recorded to have around 250 e-liquid manufacturers. Okay, this is our logo, APVI. I would like to tell you about the local e-cigarette policy for the first. Okay. The first e-cigarette regulation was carried out by the Ministry of Finance through the Directorate General of Customs and Excise. This form of cooperation made e-liquid an object of excise since July 18, 2018. Therefore, every liquid product traded since October 1st, 2018 must have an excise label attached. In liquid in bottle also, and liquid in closed system also, but for closed system, the excise label are attached in the packaging, at the packaging. Okay. E-liquid is categorized as a tobacco-derived product because it contains nicotine, which is produced from tobacco extraction. By the 2017, there are no synthetic nicotine yet, so we explained to the government that almost all the nicotine we use are from the tobacco extraction. So the tobacco derivative products that were regulated at that time included heated tobacco, e-liquid, capsule tobacco, and molasses tobacco. In 2021, the Ministry of Industry, together with IECIE and other stakeholders, have formulated the Indonesia Indonesian national standard for e-liquid. Indonesian national standard is the only one national standard that our country have. The standard is expected to be published in this year, 2022, maybe next month or in July. And in 2022, a new category has been established, namely the electric cigarette category. The category before is tobacco-derived product, and today, since 2022, the category changed to the electric cigarette category, only for heated tobacco products, closed system e-liquid, and open system e-liquid. The previous category, the tobacco-derived product, only for like nicotine gum, nicotine patch, and other alternative tobacco product. The method for calculating excise rates also determined from the initially using the ad valorem method. Ad valorem method is like a percentage, like percentage from the retail price. Previously, it's 57% from the minimum retail price, the excise rate. But now changing to the specific method. In specific method, not using percentage anymore, only by the value of the money. So it's like for open system, it's like 400 rupiah per milliliter. I will explain about the excise rate later. And in conventional cigarette products, there are regulations that regulate the limits of marketing and sales procedures. But there is no such regulation for e-cigarette yet. This will be our agenda for this year and next year, to talk to the government to formulate regulations, another regulation that can be adapted to the needs of the community and industry. Regulation for the marketing and sales procedures, like in the conventional cigarette product. Now about the taxes. Importers are subject to import VAT, import duties, and excise. Domestic producers are subject to VAT on tobacco products and excise. So VAT on tobacco products is different than the original VAT. For tobacco products, they are a special rate for the VAT, different from the original VAT. E-cigarette excise rates are as follows. I'll give you the table. Okay, this one, three kind of product in electric cigarette category. The first one is heated tobacco. The excise rate is 2,710 rupiah per gram. The minimum retail price is 5,190 rupiah per gram. And the second is open system e-liquid, 445 rupiah per milliliter, and the minimum retail price is 785 per milliliter. So, and for the closed system e-liquid, is the excise rate is 6,030 rupiah per milliliter, and the minimum retail price is 35,250 rupiah per cartridge, or per unit if it's disposable. And the VAT on tobacco products are 9.9%. The original VAT for the other products, for the conventional products, is 11%. But VAT on tobacco products is different. They have another rate. It is 9.9% from the minimum retail price. So you can sell your product at any price, but the VAT is still the same 9.9% from the minimum retail price that states in regulation. There are no special regulations for or tariff or for devices. Vaping devices is treated as an ordinary household electronic product. And import duty for e-liquid products referring to HS code 2404 is 5% for now. This rate may increase this year in line with the application from the Ministry of Industry. They want to increase it to 40% for imported e-liquid. Within the scale of the local market. Okay, this is the graphic of the excise revenue from 2018. Since we have the legalization, October 1st, 2018, every product must be have an excise label attached. For the first year, the excise revenue we pay to the government is 99 billion rupiah, 99 billion rupiah. And the 2019, it increased to 427 billion rupiah. And then the 2020, it's increased into 680 billion rupiah. In Indonesia, since April 2022, the government already realized about the pandemic situation that the COVID-19 already entered our country, and the government made many regulations about like social distancing and open and close the hour that the shop can open, and many other regulations. So after April until December 2020, the market is decreasing. The buying power is slowing down, but we can still achieve 680 billion rupiah in excess revenue. And then in 2021, the industry adapting with the COVID situation, the online sales are increasing, so we can achieve 630 billion rupiah. The industry is surviving through the pandemic. The government said our industry are surviving because the other industry besides the e-cigarette industry, tobacco industry, food industry, and telecommunication industry, almost all industry are decreased 40 until 70%, but we only decreased around 7% in 2021 compared to 2020. While other industries in Indonesia experienced considerable decline, the e-cigarette industry was able to survive and show a faster recovery than other industries. So we have the rebound in this year, and the industry is recovering. In February 2022, only in February, 1 month, the industry recorded excess revenue of 174 billion rupiah. The Directorate General of Custom and Excise estimates that the total excise revenue in the end of 2022 could reach more than 1 trillion rupiah. Okay, this is the excess revenue in 2021. For closed system, share is 51 billion rupiah. From all the 630 billion rupiah excise revenue in 2021, from the closed system is 51 billion rupiah, and from the open system is 411 billion rupiah, and from heated tobacco product 150 billion rupiah. So you see that the open system is a lot higher excess revenue from the closed system, because the market for closed system in 2021 we only have 2 brands, the Relax and Snow Plus. Almost all of the rest of the player are playing in open system segment. So Indonesia has more than 65 million adult smokers and more than 2 million cigarette users. This shows that e-cigarettes have a large potential market. With the creation of domestically made pure nicotine, which use domestic tobacco, further strengthens the government support for the industry. So the government interest is to maintain the sustainability of the tobacco farming and the welfare of tobacco farmers. When we start to produce pure nicotine in Indonesia using domestic tobacco, the another ministries are starting to support us, other ministries than the Ministry of Finance. Okay. Currently, there are more than 3,000 retailers in Indonesia, more than 100 distributors, and more than 200 illiquid producers throughout Indonesia. Indonesia also has manufacturers for nicotine, flavor, and illiquid bottle. The ratio of users by gender is 90% male and 10% female. I'm sorry. Why is the ratio is a lot bigger in for the male? Because 75% of Indonesian male were smokers. So female cannot easily adapt to the conventional cigarette, but in e-cigarette it's easier to get the female segment. So I think for next year or 2 years later, the ratio will be changing. Maybe more female using e-cigarette. Most open system users are 18 until 28 years old, but most closed system and heated tobacco users are 25 until 35 years old. Why is different? Because you see the excise rate is different between the open and the closed. So the excise rate for the closed system is a lot higher than the open system. Then it impact the retail price. The retail price for closed system then be higher than the open system. So they are going into the different segment. If the open system segment is low class of people, middle to low, and for the closed system or heated tobacco are at the middle to upper class segment. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Garing. Thank you for your share.
Thank you, Mr. Kartasasmita, for your thorough speech regarding the e-cig market in Indonesia. Thanks. Okay, folks, for the next section of today's webinar, please welcome Mr. Zain Azrul, the Secretary General of Malaysia E-Vaporizers and Tobacco Alternatives Association, to talk about the e-cig market in Malaysia.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Hope you guys are having a nice day today. Thank you very much to IECIE for giving us the opportunity to share what we have here in Malaysia. But unfortunately, my presentation won't be as long as the Indonesian Association due to the policies which are still currently being discussed with the local government. So just give me a moment while I get the slides up. Okay, so let me start off by telling you guys a little bit about MEFTA, which is basically Malaysia E-Vaporizers and Tobacco Alternative Association. We were formed in 2014. The association is basically the first association in Malaysia promoting the regulation of electronic nicotine delivery systems and also heated tobacco products. We are also very active in rejecting an outright ban on the vape products. So MEFTA is also a permanent working group member of the Department of Standards Malaysia and is fully involved in continuous discussions with the government and local authorities in drafting guidelines for the vape industry. Other group members involved in this working group are the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, the Department of Chemistry Malaysia, and other relevant local authorities and universities. So recently, on the 5th of April 2022, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs has instructed the industry to submit all hardware devices to Serum International for testing, inspection, and certification. Once tested, these products will be issued a certification of approval and can be sold to the public. We were instructed to do so as enforcement for the certified vape devices will take place on the 3rd of August 2022. So let me just share with you how our current Malaysian vape industry looks like. So the vape scene was introduced locally into the Malaysian market as early as 2010, when most of the products were brought in by small importers. As years went by, more importers and local distributors brought in more products which were purchased by local consumers. Malaysia reached its peak sales at around 2015 as a market survey was done by a local business newspaper claiming that the Malaysia vape industry was worth close to 2.27 billion ringgit. A year later, the government announced that 3 ministries will assist to regulate the industry, namely was the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Science, and the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. So last year in November, our finance minister in tabling the budget for 2022 has also announced an excise duty of 1 ringgit 20 cents per milliliter for nicotine-based gel or liquid products for vape and electronic cigarettes. Currently, we are still waiting for guidelines to be presented to us in regards to e-liquid manufacturing and packaging from the relevant authorities. The Ministry of Health has also mentioned that they will be tabling guidelines to the Parliament in July. So only up till then, we will know a full picture of the direction that has been set for our vape industry. So there is an estimated of 3,300 active businesses currently active in Malaysia from all sectors of the vape industry. Our hardware is commonly acquired from China, and most of our e-liquid products are manufactured locally in Malaysia. The market for the local e-liquids is around 80% of the market. We have also local e-liquid brewers exporting their products globally as well. Sales and marketing of products are usually done via retail outlets and online sales portals or sales agents at this current moment. Promotions are done via social media and local retail outlets via in-house promotions by our local brand owners and also retail owners nationwide. So in this picture here, we have a breakdown of the vape businesses in Malaysia. So almost 90% of the retail outlets are based in Peninsular Malaysia, and 50% of those active businesses are scattered all around Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. 50% of sales are required to retail outlets, 35% via online portals, and 15% via mobile resellers servicing an estimated about 1.1 million active vapers in Malaysia. Marketing through social media and influencers are the most popular and favorite channel of promoting vape products here. Besides that, we have also online media entities such as Vape News Malaysia, who plays an important part in promoting and providing educational information on vape products to the public. And currently in Malaysia, we have an estimated of 15,000 people working in the vape industry, where most of them are directly involved in the retail sector. We have also a few more workforce working with the brewing companies we have locally here nationwide. So the average workforce that we have in the vape industry is around 19 to 30 years old, and 90% of them are from the male gender. In terms of vape users in Malaysia, as I mentioned before, we have an estimated of 1.1 million users, which income group are the biggest users are coming from the mid-income group in Malaysia. They have an average spending of about 200 ringgit per month. The breakdown of gender is about 80% male to 20% female, and the purchase point of purchase where they usually purchase their products are from retail outlets, online portals, and also mobile resellers. The online sales portals have increased over the past 2 years due to the pandemic that we have suffered globally. So the future of Malaysian vape industry and the policies, as I mentioned before, I can't discuss much of the policies here online as we are bounded by a non-disclosure agreement with the parties which we have this discussion with, especially with the Department of Vape Standards of Malaysia. So recently, I saw one of the questions in the Q&A asking me what was discussed recently with the Malaysian Department of Standards. So recently we had a discussion in updating the vape technology, which has basically changed over the past 2 years. The standards that were set earlier was actually done in 2019. So most of the latest devices and disposable units were not included in the standards. So yeah, we are actually doing a revision of the standards as we speak. So that's about it. If you would like to know more of what we have or we can offer in Malaysia, you can basically get in touch with us through our email, which is meftammalaysiamy@gmail.com. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Jing.
Thanks, Mr. Azur, for walking us through the vibrant vape market in Malay. And what we have next is a frontline business practitioner, Mr. Furman, who is the owner of the 3 Women Twash vape shops. Right before we start, I'd like to invite everyone to take a quick look at Mr. Furman's 3 shops. Yeah, it looks great. And we've also prepared a short video to show you the people's flow. Yeah, I saw some informations in the chat box that says that this is one of the best top shops in the designated market. Okay, so Mr. Furman, right before we start, I have some questions for you. Shall we continue to our interview today?
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello, Lester.
Hi.
Thanks, IECIE,
Hello, Mr.
for
Furman.
inviting me. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the first question is that, Mr. Furman, what makes you want to open up a e-cigarette shop of your own?
Actually, I opened a cigarette shop because of my experience with cigarettes. I used to be a heavy smoker. I used to spend 2 or 3 packs cigarettes a day. And it's really hard for me to quit smoking without any help. Once I try nicotine patch, but it only lasts for 2 or 3 months. But after I start vaping, I never touch cigarettes again. And I want other people to get the benefits of vape. So they can, I hope it can make them stop smoking, Lester.
Okay, fair enough. And how's your business doing recently? And it would be better if you can share with us some figures.
In 2019, we made 25 billion rupiah, or around 1.7 million USD. But after pandemic hits us, we made 12.5 billion, or around 834,000 USD in 2021. But things start to get better in September 2021. And in this first quarter, we made 5.4 billion rupiah, or around 370,000 US dollar.
Well, quite impressive. So what are the best selling products you have, and which product carries the highest profit, I would say?
For the best selling product is still cartridge and coil for the vape, because people tend to use 3 or 4 cartridge a month, while e-liquid they tend to spend 2 or 3 bottles a month. So cartridge is the most selling product in our store.
What about the most profitable one?
The most profitable one is still e-liquid, because
Okay.
it generates more profit than others.
Okay, thank you. So I believe that the next question is the most interesting one. As the frontline business practitioner, how did you marketing your store for new customers as well as retain the customer base? And what about the digital marketing promotions? Have you ever tried any of that?
To promote our store, we often make an offline event in our store. We invite brands like e-liquid brands or device brands to our store to make an event there. So when they promote it on their social media, we hope it will bring more followers to our store. In terms of digital promotion, there's a lot of strategy that used by vape store in Indonesia. First, of course, they use giveaway. Giveaway is still the most traffic gather to our social media. And second, we do live on our social media at the same hours, at the same day, every week. So people will know the time when they want to speak with us. And third, we are now trying to make a short review for every product. Short review is supposed to be shorter version of long review in products, but we make it in less than 60 seconds. And we also make a content that is not vape related and funny. We hope that when it went viral, it will bring more customers to follow our social media.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so the next question is that what is the most general customer preference regarding IECIE products in your store?
For now, we are still selling more freebase than salt nicotine. But as a new vapors get bigger and bigger, we believe that salt nicotine will be the best selling product. That's the best selling type in our store. For the freebase nicotine, customer like oats, strawberry, and banana flavors. While in salt nic, customer prefer fruity lineups.
Okay.
And for the device, we are selling very big quantity of pot and IO, because a lot of new vapors right now in Indonesia.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. And what we have next is that as a business practitioner at the front line, what are the opportunities and challenges your store is currently facing right now, and how do you plan to tackle them?
Our store challenge is there's a lot of vape store now in Indonesia. So our strategy is different from time to time. When we first open our store, vape is a lifestyle. So our customer base is vape community, and we try to make our shop as their meeting point for their vape need. But now vape became needs. So we have to act differently to our customer. We used to treat them as a friend, but now we just treat them as polite and as possible, because vapers now don't want to meet with other people. They just come, buy, and then they go. They ask the suggestion from our vaporista. So our vaporista must have a very good knowledge and very good hospitality to maintain our customers.
Okay.
And to retain our customer, we have a retaining program. Every purchase in our shop will have a point, and the point can be exchanged to vape products in our store. And once a month, we text them about how much their point is. So at least once a month, we have a communication with our customers.
That's
Back to
great.
you.
Okay. So, as a business owner, and do you have some of your own experiences that you during your business that you would like to share with the audience today?
Actually, in pandemic era, when the buying power is low, other shop try to make sales by cutting price. We must adapt to the situation, but we can do cutting price, because once the price is down, it's so hard to get it up. So we make a promotion not by cutting price, but if you buy 2 e-liquid, they will get a free cartridge. Or if they buy 1 e-liquid, they can buy cartridge with a very low price. With that, we can adapt to the situation, but without sacrificing our MSRP. So when things get better, we can take the promo out. Back to you, Lester.
Okay. So here is the final question: that what are your thoughts and expectations for the future development of the local e-cigarette market?
Actually, compared to smokers, vapers in Indonesia is very, very low. Why is that? I think it's because media, because of the news, because of the people perception about vape is still quite low in Indonesia. We hope that there will be a lot of research that compare vape to cigarettes, and a lot of good news for vaping in Indonesia. So people that were used to cynical will want to open their mind and try vape. And
Okay.
Thank you, Lester.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Furman. Well, for those of you who would like to know more about opening up a vape shop in Indonesia, please feel free to type your questions in the Q&A section so we can address that at the end of our webinar today. Thank you, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you.
Let's move. Thank you. So everyone, let's move to the next section of our webinar today. So next, I'm going to interview Mr. Alton Wu, the founder of the Vape News Malaysia. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Can you hear me, Alton? Hi. How are you?
Great. I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to set up my my video. Hold on.
Okay, I'll wait for a bit.
Hi, hi everybody.
Hi, hi. So, shall we continue our interview?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay, the very first question is that, could you please tell us more about the organization Vape News Malaysia?
All right, hello people. My name is Elton Au. I'm from Malaysia. So Web News Malaysia was actually established in 2015. That was about 7 years ago. So initially when we start up this company or campaign or program, we used to work together with Malaysia Music, Vape and Tobacco Association, the MEFTA. We try to educate the Malaysian, okay, try to reduce smoking, you know, or try to quit smoking through the vaping alternative. So as time goes on, then, you know, as we gather our followers or viewers, so we kind of switch to, you know, trying to introduce products which is really, really good to the Malaysian vapers. So that's where, you know, we work together with a lot of the China factories or even a lot of the e-juice manufacturers together to introduce to the vapers by linking in through the distributors, the shops resellers, and also, you know, it's like how to generate or increase, you know, the awareness or the hype through the Malaysian KOLs. So what I do is actually, I consider myself as like a marketing slash agency for the vape industry. So it's like we try to introduce the products through the right people, and of course, through the right channels, through marketing and promotions, or even all these activities that we have done online and offline. Yes, that is who we are, Vape News Malaysia. Yes. Back to you, Lester.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Okay, so could you please tell us more about the government restrictions on promoting e-cigarette?
All right, vaping in Malaysia, as our friend from MEFTA Malaysia just mentioned, is on a gray area. So to be honest, we haven't really been legalized yet. Or I mean, it's a very gray area. So of course, you know, the vape shops, you know, can run their business, and of course, but all these things are actually under the Nicotine Control Act. So a lot of the marketing or promotions cannot really be done on a very wide angle. So we cannot do it on the magazines, we cannot do it on the, I mean, anything related to the public, generalized public, we cannot do it. We cannot advertise on TV, we cannot advertise on the radio, and even we cannot advertise on the signboards, or even we cannot advertise on the bus stop, you know, those things. So everything is actually done much more online, which is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So in Malaysia, this trade is a very, very important platform to create awareness. So that's one, you know, one of the reasons that, you know, a lot of the brand owners, you know, which I encourage them to set up regional Facebook pages in Malaysia. For example, you know, IECIE might have, you know, their global Instagram or global Facebook page. But of course, you know, but all these things are actually written in English because it's generalized to the global. So that's why I encourage a lot of the brand owners, you know, they have to set up, you know, like a regional Facebook page, for example, IECIE Malaysia or IECIE Southeast Asia, for example. So this is actually will be much more targeted towards the Malaysian vapers or the Malaysian users. I mean, a lot of my vapers followers, I mean, for example, they will actually tend to follow, for example, IECIE Malaysia more than IECIE Global, because everything will be written in Bahasa, which is our national language. And of course, as of right now, you know, except being sometimes controlled by, you know, the Facebook, you know, because Facebook also tend not to allow us to really promote a lot of all those vape-related or nicotine-related products, all right? But you got no choice, because as of Malaysia right now, if you want to come into Malaysia and create awareness, you have to go through these 3 channels, or maybe at the in-store activities. Of course, you know, we have our Malaysia Expo, which happened like 2 months ago. But of course, the most important thing is that we have to let the vapers to try to test, whatever they have on hand. So a lot of the activities might include also route shows or route tour at the vape shops. So something like that. Yes. Back to you, Lester.
Okay, thank you so much. So, given that there are plenty of restrictions and some limits for using the mass media, which platform do you think that is commonly taken by the vape industry business practitioners in promoting their brand or their product, and which platforms do you recommend them to take?
Well, as I mentioned just now, okay, online would definitely be, okay, the social media, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right. And offline wise, okay, which I want to emphasize more. So it's like, all this is actually going back to marketing 101. That's why we do route shows, we do like route tours, to visit the shops, and we do activities at the shop, so that we can create awareness. For example, it's like if you have touched something, but you have tasted it, all right, you might have a chance to buy it. But if you walk in a shop, okay, with a mindset you want to buy this product already, then all the new brands will not have chance to come up already, because everybody is buying that brand. So when you walk into the shop, for example, and then you see, we are doing like a route show or route tour, mini event activities over there. We've got promoters to let them try, and things like that. Once they try it, yeah, maybe they like it, maybe they don't. But at least it's a 50% chances that they have tried it and then they might buy it. Rather than, they walk in straight to the shop because they know what they want already. So we're trying to, create, we're trying to assist the brands, all right, to create more awareness and, to let more people try through all these like offline marketing, such as route shows and, maybe events or, and after all of that, a lot of the brand owners actually depend on to their distributor here in Malaysia to send the samples or the products. So what we did is like, we try to, visit the shops, and then we try to, through the brand owners, so we try to give them samples, and these samples will hit to the shop's owners' boss directly, rather than everything got summed up to the distributors already. So yeah, back to you, Lester.
Okay, thank you so much, Alton. So speaking of doing the marketing and promotion stuff online, so could you please tell us more about the KOL marketings in Malay?
No, KOL marketing is actually it's a requirement, but there are two types of KOLs. One is the inner circle, all right, the KOLs, which we have our very, very popular KOL reviewers, such as like Adrian Law Deja Vu, and we got Wan Natasha, we got Frida Ann, and all these are actually more inside the web circle. So these are the people which is required, if you want to hit the audience, the target of the web shops and, the hardcore vapers, because some vapers, they want to chase what is new or something new comes out. Okay, so they want to know what is new because they feel proud if they are vaping onto a new product. So they feel very, oh, I got the newest product. So that is their mindset. So these are the people, their followers, who actually tend to follow their reviews or their videos, like Adrian Law Deja Vu, this kind of, Peace by Taiko, yes. So these kind of people. And of course, we got the outside the web circle KOLs. This might be YouTubers, this might be lifestyle YouTubers, this might be Insta famous, this might be the sexy girl Insta famous. So of course, these are much more relating to whoever their followers are. But of course, a lot of these targets are actually the 20 to 30 years old age gap generation. So which is a very, very right target for the vape industry also. So yes, more or less like that.
Oh, okay. So given that you've mentioned there are mainly two types of KOLs online, which one do you think that brands are more likely to be working with?
All right, this is a very good question. Okay, this is exactly what all the brand owners are asking me. It's very good. Number one, when you try to create awareness inside Malaysia, we have to utilize the inside vape KOLs. So this is the right target for you to hit the distributor, to hit the resellers, and to hit the hardcore vapers. Okay, once these things has been materialized already, when your product has comes into Malaysia and the shops are selling already, then that's why you use the outside web circle KOLs. This is more to the lifestyle streamers, you know. So this is when, you know, you try to generate more users through their awareness. So if you ask me, are they both too important? Are they two very, very important? Yes, they are, because two of them have the different targets. This is to hit the distributors, to hit the resellers, to create awareness for them. Yes, you know, I saw the KOLs, I saw Adrian Low has reviewed this product, is very good. So I might try it for my shop. And then the second one, the outside one, okay, the YouTubers, which has because of their lifestyle videos, so they actually have a wider audience for them. So that is for the mass audience. So it depends what is your strategy. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So just to my curiosity, that do KOLs have the interest in becoming a distributor while promoting the product in their own channels?
Actually, Malaysian KOLs, they tend to be more onto doing their videos and their reviews. So in fact, you know, they try not to tie in or try to be selling anything because they want to remain neutral. So as a media company myself, you know, I cannot have any products because once I have any products, right, my clients would not trust me anymore because they would think that I would always say my product is the best, for example. So same goes to KOL. So in fact, you know, I always, but they might work together, all right, with brand owners, all right, but it's not much really onto, you know, selling online or like, you know, really opening their page and sell. Like these are the things that which the shop might do, because as of right now, a lot of the web shops actually have their own Facebook page already and their Instagram page already. So mostly when something new comes into their shop, all right, they might set up the Facebook Live to introduce these products, you know, to their audience in that town or in that city. So people will come to their shop to buy the products. So technically, mostly the KOLs would not be doing any sales or would not want to be related to any selling. But this live selling would mostly be done by the web shops here in Malaysia.
Okay, fair enough. So the last question for our interview today is that apart from the KOL marketing, do you have other marketing suggestions on to the web shop owners and the brands, or as the distributor or retailers? Retailers, yes.
When a new brand comes into Malaysia, all right, so I work together with a lot of companies when the product comes into Malaysia. So they will require my team to do road shows or to do road shows, or like, you know, to visit the shops, or even go outstation, you know, out of states, for example, you know, to the west or to the east, to the south or to the north. Yes. So they will actually, you know, want us to, you know, promote. So when it comes to, like, you know, a second level marketing, okay, first level marketing will much more be on true. Yes, it's all social media. So when the second level marketing comes, you know, so it will be hitting into the regional. For example, you know, Malaysia, we have Kuala Lumpur, we got Penang, we got Ipoh, all these different states here in Malaysia. So that is when, you know, a lot of the brand owners will actually ask me, Elton, can you do a route tour or route show in Penang? Or can you do a route tour or route show in Ipoh? So this is actually an offline marketing to engage more people or even create awareness for the shops, you know, that, oh, this brand is very good because, you know, they are very concentrating in doing marketing. So maybe I can get this from my distributor. So these are the things that which is also very, very important. And secondly is that, as I mentioned, marketing is all about branding your company and not about branding whatever product that you have at that time. All right, because based on my experience, you know, for the past 6 years, all right, if you are doing a good branding onto your company, whatever you launch next, all right, would be very well supported. And then we got also brands, we also got products or companies which emphasize onto that product only. So when that product died out already, and then without the brand name of the company, when that product died out, whatever they launch next, people will not support or people would forget because that company emphasized onto the product name, not the company name. So that's why Facebook pages is very, very important in Malaysia strategy marketing, because whatever, if you have a good branding for your company, whatever you launch next will be very, very much supported, because they would think it comes from a good company. So even the retailers or the resellers, they would say, oh yeah, you know, this company last time they have this product, very, very good. So now they launch new product already. They have the confidence to buy the stock and put it inside their shop, because they believe this company has a good company name and a good company branding, and not just that particular products only. Something like that, yes. Back to you, Lester.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your generous sharing.
All right, no problem, Lester. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So let's move to the next section of our webinar today. After knowing the vibrant market in vape market in both Malay and Indonesia, what do we have next is one of the representatives of our exhibitor from IECIE, Robbie Williams, the sales director from Shenzhen Dawson Vaping Technology. Hello, Mr. Williams.
Hello, House.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. Today, I have several questions prepared for you. Shall we start?
Sure.
Okay. The first question, Mr. Williams, could you please give us a hint about your company?
Okay. So, firstly, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Robbie, and I'm the sales director and from Shenzhen Dawson DS Vaping Technology. Actually, for our company, we are compared with the big companies. We are very young brand. And then 2017, and Shenzhen Dawson established. Then history goes on in 2018 when we started to enter the disposable vaping market, and then we get established the Kato brand, the tier to the 2019, and that's the disposable market and very hot in the United States. So we create the Puff Bar brand and work closely with the American POP brand and establish a full Chinese vaping supply chain system. At the same time, and our American office gets started tier to the 2020, and we one-stop service solution system for the entire vaping industry chain has been completed. And last year, 2021, and we got our own CINAR standard vaping laboratory established. Currently, our company have more than 300 products on sale and 13 factories with each area of more than 10,000 square meters and full GMP certification. So we devoted on disposable and replaceable cartridge for closed system products. So now every month we can update more than 15 different products about that.
Okay, quite fair enough. So as you're speaking of that, the Puff Bar, and I believe that it's quite popular nowadays, but I would like to know how popular it actually is in the real market, and how's your company performance there in your destined market?
Yeah, actually Puff Bar is quite well known and about a lot of the factories, and we got some success in the United States. Puff Bar products totally, we already sold 1 billion pieces. It's quite a huge number. In my memories, 2020 almost, I think 30 to 40 million pieces every month. So as people knows, we are not only have the Puff Bar brand, and we got the Flume, POP, and newspaper, and some top brands, American brands. So yeah, quite good sales in the United States. But you know, that's the period when we can call it was an era of savage use of disposable six. So we just follow the American FDA regulations, and our products are in the process of PMTA now. So I still remember the Times magazine and reported us, and they say Juul is no longer US teenagers prefer the e-cigarette, and the puff bar seems to have taken it over. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And most of
Interesting. So
yeah.
okay, please continue.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Please continue.
So most during that time, that period, and most of the convenience store or vaping store have our products.
Okay, so for the next question is, where else do you plan to deploy your business, and how did you manage to do that?
Actually, now, and everybody knows because at the previous times and our American team, we focus on the United States market before, and now we are looking for the global market. So this is the first year, and we want to enter the Southeast Asian market, and the Southeast Asian market is our first station. So that's why we follow the IECIE, and we get the first Indonesia station, the exhibition there, and we will be there.
Okay, fair enough. So for the next question, I'd like to ask, how did you marketing your business and promote your product, online or offline one? And which one plays a heavier role in terms of business profit?
Actually, here I want to share one thing with everybody, because like before, and every different Chinese factories, they just try to we use former versions. Is like, okay, I create the brand, then I create the new products, then I just promote it and try to find the distributor, try to sell that one. Maybe let's say maybe 10 different products, maybe 1 or 2 win, then means success. It's like a gambling. But today, for our idea is to integrate the entire supply and marketing system and make it a brand incubation center. So it means if our customer, they do not have the brands, then we can support the brands. If the customer do not have the products, then we can use full lines supply chains to support the products. If the customer don't have the factory systems, then we can provide the full supply chain system support. And not only one brand, then we can multi brands, we can operating at the same time. And for the branding promotions, actually, I want to share with everybody. Before is the sales, the aims is trying to find the dealers, let's say distributors. And we have some experience with other markets. So it's not only to find the distributor only. For example, now we move in other involved markets. Then the first guy, we need to find the captors. The second guys, then we need to find the distributors. So the captor is the buyer and the distributor is the seller. And for our positions, and we are the suppliers. So it's like a 3-in-1, the new models, and to move that. So I think this is quite a new versions, the marketing movement, like not like before. So it's very quite interesting about these things. Actually, we already got some success case in some countries. So that's why we also want to use the same ways and move to Southeast Asian market as well.
Okay, fair enough. So for the next question, so far as I recall that you've mentioned that your business is about to enter the Southeast Asia market. Just to be a bit more specific, when would it be? And why did you choose the Southeast Asia market at this stage?
Yeah, this is the first year, and for us, for the Southeast Asian market, let's say we are preparing some good products now, and we plan to make it released from the first station's IECIE exhibitions on October about that. For the Southeast Asian market, as my experience, because I have long histories in there, and I know there, in Southeast Asian market, the first sections have a very big populations. So it's, for example, it's like Indonesia, and it's almost 200 million peoples there. And the second sections about the most of the guys there, they are young people. So the young, because the vaping is not like it's not like smokers, so it's something new. So we need some more young people. Is more means more customer space. And the third sections about, because in all four of the Southeast Asian market, they have a very long history for the vaping industry. So even at the first times, they are also the very big market for the big devices. It's like we call it's like even now the RDA still sells very good in Southeast Asian market. So that's, guys, it means this is a huge market, and it's very good, friendly for Chinese brands or for every different country brands, and for very easy for the manufacturers try to open the brands there.
Okay, fair enough. And for next questions, what are the challenges you think your organization or your enterprises may encounter in this regards?
Yeah, for the challenges, actually, it's the most big challenges for different factories. The first thing I think should be the products, because our factory the main products is disposable. So the most of the disposable products from the market, the issue is called the leakage issue. So the most important is about how to make the low pressures testing is the most important thing for different products. So I think the biggest challenge we can say now how to make the devices more stability, and it means how to pass the low pressure test and make sure the cartridge is no leakage risk. And for another challenges we can say is for the chain channel. It's not because we are planning to build the brand there and want to try to find the right partner, because it's not easy to find the right partner to have local marketing and move brands. So we hope we could get more opportunities and to attend the big events such as IECIE Global webinars this time.
Okay, thank you so much. And for the next question, how do you expect your business would become in the Southeast Asia market, and what are your expectations?
For the Southeast Asian market, because we want to use the same experience as other market as well. So it means we want to try the 3-in-1 new models. If we can find the right partnership and we find the captors, so the dealer and the buyer, so then we are the supplier can make that kind of the new models. That's the first way we want to try. But of course, we need to try some of the former ways. So because in the experience, like the American market, so we are mostly interested is want to sell in the convenience stores. So that's why we are interested about the new regulations from the different Southeast Asian countries. So we want to use the legal way and to move the disposable or the closed systems, and for that market at our beginning, the first products. Because for our side, we do believe for the closed system is more friendly, is for the little bit older users, consumers. So it means we are looking for more formers and the main market.
Okay, fair enough. So for the last question of our session, and what are your thoughts on the upcoming event, the IECIE e-cigarette exhibition in Southeast Asia?
Sure, I think we will be there. And now our company CR, we are considering we want to be the sponsor and for IECIE in Jakarta first stations. You know, we meet the IECIE and we are very old friends. We follow IECIE many years, so we can see and how hard work of IECIE beat and from the small exhibition to global top exhibition. So we definitely need to believe IECIE is a hub linking market and factories. So this is the first time for IECIE start global market. So we have to go and we must be there.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank
time,
you.
William.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, folks, I think that's everything we need to cover for today's webinar regarding the guest speaker session. Thank you. So, for those of you who may still have questions, please feel free to type your questions in the Q&A section. And for the next and the last part of our webinar today, we're gonna head to the Q&A section. Okay, so our honorable guest speakers, get ready for the questions raised by our audience. And let me check for the Q&A box. Oh yeah, for the very first beginning question, I'd like to raise some questions for the representative from the IECIE show team. Jill, can you hear me?
Yes, here. Yes,
Yes,
of course.
Jill. On behalf of the audience, I'd like to ask, why is Indonesia your first choice regarding moving the show to the international ground?
Okay. Actually, the gathering has done a lot of external reasons about the government permissions and the tax. So it is the perfect place for us because the internal environment. So I will tell you something in internal reasons. Well, actually, compared with other neighboring countries, IECIE has more stable and strong support from our operation team in Indonesia. So we will have more confidence that we can achieve a successful expo with less risk. Well, we do understand if we do something the first time, it will take risk. So we try to choose the right place to reduce this risk. It is not a benefit for IECIE, but also benefit for our exhibitions and visitors. So we have to lay out a great and full prepared expo for everyone. Indonesia is the best choice and we are ready for everything. I hope this answer is for your question.
Okay, thank you so much. It's quite niche, I would say. And for the next question I have is that some of our audience would like to know that which brands have already joined the IECIE.
Well, we have a lot of foreigner brands such as Just Folk from Korea and Chubby Gorilla from USA and Big Five Big from Australia and Elda from Croatia. Well, we also have some Chinese famous OEM manufacturers and brands such as HQD, Lena, and also DS Vaping. Okay, and we also have some brands, HTP, or you can say HNB brands, leading brands like Lemei. But we're looking forward to attract more local brands to join us and help after this webinar. They will come to IECIE.
Okay, thank you so much for your sharing. And what the questions I have now is for the two representatives from the Southeast Asia market, the industry associations, Mr. Garinza Katasasmita and Mr. Azuru. I have a questions for both of you. Some of our audience would like to know that what is the requirement to join your association and what are the benefits?
Arindra, maybe you can go first.
Okay, thank you. The main
Yes,
benefit is
please.
you can connect to other of our members. You see that our members are included retailers, shops, distributors, and all the e-liquid manufacturers. So you can get the connection to them, and also you can we can give you a consultation for the regulations, the market conditions, and if you need to promote your product, we can also help you, and many others benefit. So to be the member of the association, you need to submit the application. You need to give us the company data and pay for annual membership fee and a donation. Also, there are donation for the association. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, as for MEFTA, I guess more or less it's the same as what Avi is actually doing. You'll be getting connections in our local market in terms of distributors, where to do your device testing, paperwork to be submitted once the policies are available to us. Yeah, we not much restrictions as, but we do need to know whether you have a local company set up or are you coming in from an international market. You can also get in touch to us to our Facebook page, or you can just email us straight away, which is at meftamalaisiamy@gmail.com, and we will get in touch with you with all the details. Thank you, Lester.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, here I get a new question for Garindra. And some of the audience asked that what is the new regulation about the specific method for closed system and the disposable devices? Could you please answer this question?
Closed system and disposable.
Yes.
Okay. The regulation is the same like the open system. The differences is only the excise rate. You can produce in China or you can produce in Indonesia. The sales is you can go online or offline. There are no regulation for marketing and sales yet in Indonesia, so you can freely introduce your product to any kind of way, but you need to pay for the excise rate and VAT and others, just like that. But for producing in Indonesia, you need a license, industrial license, and identification number for the entrepreneurs in excise goods.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
For
here
more,
I have a.
Yes.
Okay.
For more information, you
Okay.
can contact me through email or WhatsApp number. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I now have a question for Mr. Furman. Hello, Mr. Furman.
Yes.
Yeah, some of our audience would like to know which brand is the most popular in your store.
Oh, I can say a brand name here.
Oh, okay.
I can.
Okay.
Can I? If you let
I
me.
believe you can.
Okay. Brands that selling good in our store is Vaporeso, Oxfa, Lost Faith, Fupu, and UL. That's 5 the best brands that sell in our store.
Okay. So I believe there are several of our audience that has interest in opening up their own vape shops, and they are asking how to apply for an e-cig shop in Indonesia or Malaysia, and any tips for them to get the process more smoothly.
Actually, it's easy to open a vape shop in Indonesia. We just need to go to a local authority and get a permit to open a shop, and that's it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let me check what questions we have from next. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, folks, I believe that we've covered all the meaningful questions in this Q&A section, and I believe that's everything we need to cover in our webinar today. Thank you again for joining us, and we appreciate you signing in and hope you can get enough insights about the e-cigarette industry in the major Southeast Asia market countries. Okay, before we sign off, I'd like to mention again that the IECIE e-cigarette expo will debut in Jakarta, Indonesia on October 20th to 22nd, 2022. Please feel free to reach out to the show team via email or social media if you get the interest or would like to know more about the expo, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
If the
Thank you.
audience will have another question, and you can contact with IECIE, and we will feedback some answers from our guests. Okay.
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 All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.